Hey friends, welcome to day 11 of this 28-day Follow Your Cycle series. Today is a beautiful, slow, feminine flow. We're going to be getting into our body, allowing ourselves to take our time to follow our breath and to really tune in to what's going on for us at this stage of the cycle. We're going to start our practice today in a comfortable seat. So for me, that's cross-legged. If you need to take the legs out a little bit further to make it comfortable for your hips, please feel free to do that. It's going to take a moment to arrive here today. So maybe sitting up a little bit taller than you were before. Maybe taking a few deep breaths, maybe adjusting any last minute pieces of clothing that feel a little bit off, or turning a fan on or opening a window. Whatever's going to make you feel comfortable and able to be present in your body today. Let's bring the hands onto the knees and take some circles. So just rolling around the sit bones, letting that upper body stir the lower body. You can make this movement as subtle or as big as you like. If you notice any parts that feel like, oh, that feels a little bit sticky, you could rock and roll there for a little bit. You could just pause and take a breath. Let's reverse our circles, moving in the opposite direction. Good, and then slowly coming back to center. We're going to come up and over into our tabletop now. So bring the knees underneath the hips and the hands underneath the shoulders. Gently draw the elbows in. As you inhale, we're going to lift the knee up behind us, like we're trying to press the foot towards the ceiling. I'm just going to take some gentle circles. As if you had a pencil on the end of your knee and you were drawing a circle with it. So this, again, could be a really subtle, small movement. Or it might be larger, more dynamic. See if you can keep your breath flowing. Keep pressing into both hands to keep the body level and stable. Let's reverse the circles in the opposite direction. Good. I want you to shoot that left leg all the way out to the side. Press into the outer blade and then take a seat back. As you inhale, shift forward. If you can slide the leg out even further, please do so. Exhale, take a seat back. Inhale, come forward. And again, maybe noticing some sticky points where you're like, just need to stay and breathe or stay and rock. Noticing what's going on in your body today. And then coming all the way forward, step that left knee back underneath the left hip. Take a little rock from side to side to reset. And then we move to the opposite side. So feel stable in the body first. And then inhale, that right knee starts to circle. Keep the weight as even as you can through the hands. I know it's tricky. We start to shift the weight into one side without noticing. And then reverse your circles in the opposite direction. Good. Shoot that right leg out to the side. Press into the outer blade of the foot. As you inhale, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, sit back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward. Maybe that foot slides out a touch more. And then exhale, sit back. Inhale, come forwards. And exhale, sitting on back. On your next breath, come forward, step that right knee back underneath the right hip. Take the hands out further and lift your way back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. As you inhale, take the right leg to sky, bend the knee, open out through the hip. Let's take some circles here. So keep the weight through the left leg, circling through the right knee, just like you did tabletop. And then reverse it in the opposite direction. As you inhale, bring the nose towards the knee. I always say that, bring the knee towards the nose. Scoot the right leg under. We come to fallen triangle. Lift the left hand up. Press the floor away, so pressing strongly through that right hand. And then exhale, bring the hips down. Good. We're centering our body now in between our legs. You might like to take them a touch wider if you have the range of movement here. And then inhale, reach the arms tall. And then exhale, leaning forward. So just until you can feel that in your body. And then inhale, coming back up. So you might be, again, really subtle movement. Maybe it's large and dynamic. Just working with your body today. So release the hands down. And this time just gently lean forward and we stay. Breathing here. Slowly release your body back up. We're going to bring that hand all the way back down. We're going to lift up and out into our fallen triangle. So pressing the floor away, lifting the top hand up. Take a breath here. And then slowly return the left hand down, stepping all the way back to your downward facing dog. This time, left leg rises to the sky, bend the knee, open out through the hip. And then take those circles, 3 in one direction, and then 3 in the other. Bring that left knee in towards your nose. Find your fallen triangle. Lift the hips high, lift the hand. And then slowly bring the hips down to a seated wide leg fold. Again, rise the arms. And with the breath, we lean in. And we draw ourselves out. 2 more times. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale this time, release the hands, leaning in, and we stay. Next breath, slowly rise yourself back up. We're coming all the way back to our fallen triangle. Press into the floor to lift the body back up. Big breath in. And then slowly return the hands, stepping all the way back, downward facing dog. Breathe the right leg to sky and then step it forward between the hands. We're going to walk the hands all the way around as we come to our standing wide leg forward fold now. Keep the hands underneath the hips. Inhale, lengthen through the back. Lengthen the legs, pressing into the outer blades of the feet. And then exhale, gently forward fold. Walk your hands over to the left side. Take a seat down into your Skandasana. So I want you to explore your Skandasana here now. So don't feel like you need to find stillness. Allow yourself to rock the weight forward into the back heel and then into the ball of the foot. Maybe noticing bending the knee and straightening. What feels best for you, you can explore taking the hands off. Just exploring being in your body today. Listening to your breath. Let's creep the hands all the way over as we move to Skandasana on the opposite side. Exploring with movement here. And then releasing, coming all the way back to your standing wide leg forward fold. Big breath in. And then exhale, fold. Walk the hands all the way around to the front. Press into the hands as you step that right leg back. Return the leg down. Left side, inhale, bend the knee open through the hip. Coming forward into our pigeon pose now, so bring that left knee behind the left wrist. Tuck the foot in towards the groin and then stretch the back leg out behind you. If your hips are quite tight, bring support in under this left hip. Cushions, bolsters, blocks, rolled blankets. It will just lift the hips a little higher and mean you're not doing quite so much opening. Take a big breath into the chest, lift and lengthen through the spine. And then if you want to, you can exhale the torso down. And see if you can allow gravity to open through the hips a little further. Let yourself soften through face and neck and shoulders. And keep breathing long and deep. On your next breath, slowly release the hands back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes of the back foot and press your way all the way back to downward facing dog. Take the feet to the outer edges of the mat and walk the hands all the way back, coming to a wider forward fold here. Not quite wide leg, but not quite underneath the hips either. Bring the heels in as you take a seat down into your Malasana, rocking from side to side. Inhale the left arm up. And then exhale it down. Inhale the right arm up. And then exhale it down. On your next breath, lift the hips high. Come back to that forward fold. Find the elbows and just sway it out here. Walk the hands forward. Coming back to your downward facing dog, adjusting the feet back to hip distance. Right leg this time inhales, open the knee, open the hip. And then draw that right knee forward behind right wrist. Lengthen out that back leg. Inhale. Lengthen the spine. Bring any props that you need under that right hip. And then softening down if that feels good to do so. Good. Let's bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. This time we're going to roll onto the outside of that front leg and bring the back one all the way around. So now we're going to come into a seated hip stretch. So I want you to bring the front shin parallel to the body. And then we're going to bring the other foot up and over the knee. So we're stacking ankle on knee, knee on ankle. If this doesn't feel nice in your hips, just bring the ankles to cross each other or any seated position that's going to work for you. If you're able to come into this full position, we're just sitting up tall here. And then just like we did earlier, as we exhale, we're leaning in, feeling the stretch through the hip. And then as we inhale, we're sitting tall. Exhale, leaning in. Inhale, sitting tall. Last one, exhale, leaning in. Inhale, sitting tall. Good. Leaning in and we stay. So get yourself comfortable, maybe rest the head down this time. You could even bring a block underneath the head if that feels nice to do so. See if you can release any gripping. We're not entirely comfortable in a position our body tends to grip and hold. See if you can consciously soften and relax. Next breath. Slowly rise the torso back up. Change the cross of the leg. So you want whichever leg was on top last time, swap it over. Come back to the breath, so move that block out the way. Leaning in and rising up. You might like to close down the eyes and really take the gaze inward, just noticing what's going on in your body. So much of our lives is lived in our heads. Just being aware of our body can make profound shifts in the rest of our life. We're leaning in and holding now, so maybe bring that prop back in. Just relaxing your body in this position, letting go of any gripping. Good. Slowly return. Coming back to have a seat and then bringing yourself down onto your back just for a few moments. Letting the body find a comfortable position. Breathing in deep and long. Just letting yourself sink here. Letting your awareness shift your body. Noticing any physical sensations, any emotions, even any thoughts that drift into your mind. Just allow yourself to rest in this awareness, looking on. And then when you're ready, slowly bringing yourself to one side. And then pressing the floor away, coming up to have a seat. Bring the hands to heart. Just take a moment to honor yourself for showing up today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.